What's up, YouTube? Sunday afternoon, and she's a wrap for the weekend, man. Saturday all day today, a lot of today. Getting into the Z. We went ahead, pulled all the interior out, carpet, seats, radio, some miscellaneous in the back. Basically wanted to go through the car and see what it had for rust. Got one spot here in the back corner. Driver's side looks good. That little bit you see there in the middle on the pan is just surface. And so basically my son and I, we got involved. He's real anxious about it. Put a little cleaner on that wheel, cleaned right up compared to that one. We were gonna respray them, polish the lips or whatever, but that was just a little cleaner and a brush, hose, no pressure washer. Cleaned right up. So went ahead, pulled the hood off of it. There's all kinds of miscellaneous stuff, the stuff that people do. I don't know what that bolt is. Somebody been over at the plumbing section at the hardware store and got a clean out plug and stuck it in there. There's this miscellaneous cable that used to be a ground going to this ground point, and as you can see, you know, that's real sturdy. Little bit of rot under the battery tray, gonna redo that. We got a little tiny bit on the firewall. The biggest culprit of this car, and we knew it when we bought it, is around the windshield area. So it was missing the trim, and I called my glass guy and I said, hey, you know, give me a price on, let me know if I can get another windshield for this car. If it's available, give me a price on a new one. Give me a price if we could pull it, save it without breaking it, reinstall it. And so best money ever spent. If you don't know about them and you want to do one yourself, I went to Harbor Freight and I spent the $17.99 on the windshield remover tool. It's basically like a push tool that pushes the wire through the rubber seal. It's got a T-handle you put on each side, and you basically run it back and forth like a cable saw. We had the windshield out of this thing in 15 minutes. This is what we've got to address. So this pillar here, all the way down, gonna recreate a lot of that. And then this top edge here was all pinholed up, and we're going to go ahead and cut that out and replace that, make that all new as well. The things people do, man. This windshield was in here. Whoever, it's I don't know if it's a factory windshield. I don't think it is. I think this glass has been put in this car at some point. The guy that did the sealer on it, it was all over the place. And then it was leaking through all these little pinholes, dripping inside the car. So somebody thought it was a bright idea to, there's still a little bit of remnants of it. If you could see the white. Somebody thought it was a good idea to go ahead and flex seal the whole thing, flex paste. Goop that on with a spatula. Then there was duct tape on top of that. You know, guys that fix every possible thing with duct tape on the mirrors, and duct tape residue on everything. And these mirrors are going to go. We're going to do a set of aftermarkets. You can still kind of see some of the residual from the duct tape that was, it was all over the place. So got rid of all that, got rid of all the flex seal. There was some painter's caulk on it, got rid of that. Basically getting it prepped to get it down to bare metal. And we're going to do all the metal work on the windshield frame, which is definitely the worst part. What I didn't know is this centerpiece here on the dash is metal. So we're going to clean that up and respray it while the glass is out. We did manage to pull the glass out quick and dirty. Used the tool sitting over here on the bench. Went around it with a razor blade, got all the old sealant off of it, wiped it down, put it in a shipping blanket, wrapped it up. So that's standing by. He's probably not going to put these seats back in it. Looking to do, like I said, a Recaro's or maybe a set of Momos or something like that. One little tear. But other than that, I mean, they're pretty good shape. The balusters aren't worn out. I've seen seats that were newer than these in way worse shape. So I don't know. We might just tuck them away in the shop, hold on to them. But yeah, we got into it. Like I said, pulled all the interior out. There's that little bit of rust. Everything else on the car is solid. Got underneath it, figured out a couple of things. And so next on the schedule is we've got an area around the hatch lock that needs to be cut out and replaced, pretty minor. We're going to get into this windshield frame hot and heavy, get that fixed. This driver fender, so when we looked at it, the fender had a dent in it. The actual like flare on it was dented up pretty bad, and they gooped some kind of black something on it. It's not really paint. I don't know why. Apparently at some point somebody got in here with a dent puller, drilled all the holes, the old school puller with the screw on the end, and tortured it even more. And then we've got this dent right here, which we had the tire and wheel off of it, and you can access that from the back. But I'm getting ready to buy a paintless dent remover kit so that I can do this door on the 944. And so we're going to get it out with that. But I spent about 45 minutes with a hammer and a dolly today. Basically brought back like 90% of it. Just kind of showing my son how to use a hammer and a dolly. It's still got a couple little low spots in it. Basically, I used a flap disc to knock the paint off of it, and you can see the black that's in that area. Those are low spots that the flap disc couldn't get. So luckily, no rust. Got very tiny little minimum amount on it. All those holes will get spot welded shut. We'll go ahead and put the puller on this dent and get that out, and this thing will be back in action. Little bit of putty work. Not a tremendous amount, but I don't know if you can see the front edge of it. The outer well edge has to be basically just pulled out, just a hair, and a lot of that will come back once the two larger dents above it are hammered out. But it's going to clean up. I'm not going to buy a fender. I'm not going to swap out a fender, whatever. So we're going to get all these little miscellaneous things done, and then basically start sanding the car. I was going to paint it, but right now all we're going to do is we're going to get all of the bad clear off of it, sand it, smooth it up, rub it down, and then I've got a guy that's going to do a wrap for me, and my son's trying to pick out kind of what he wants to do, and just going to do a full wrap on the car, make it look like something. It'll go right next door from his shop to the other shop. We'll get the windows tinted. And I've got a whole list of tune-up stuff that I've got to order. All the belts, timing belt. So I got to get some K&N filter cleaner because I'm out. We're going to do away with that broken fan shroud, doing a new aluminum radiator in it, dual fan, electric fan. And clean up some of this mess and miscellaneous, stuff like, this that's just cut off and hanging around, and there's more than one thing like that. Also got to address this little spot in here with the windshield wiper where the arm goes. Got to get a set of wiper arms for it. Somebody robbed them. Got to get an AC compressor for it. Somebody swiped that. I think I have a connection through one of my guys to another guy who tells me a guy's got about 20 of these sitting behind a building. Don't know the years, but I'm going to go and look and see what we can do for some parts, or throw him some cash or barter out or something. So one of the other things we're going to do now that we see what's going on with the inside of it, once we get this little rust stuff addressed, hole inside the car is going to get dynamated. All the panels, floors, doors. Going to pull the headliner out of it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the headliner, but it's typical, 80s, down to the foam. Doesn't really have anything left of it, so going to pull that out, scrape it down, probably either new headliner material, or we'll do some kind of other fabric, something that's a little, I don't know, whorish. Maybe some purple or something, a little purple velvet in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and wire the car up, and it's gonna get a bunch of audio. So like I said, there'll be a bunch of videos on this car. We're gonna do some fiberglass lower halves on the door panels, probably 2 6.5s in each door, 2 6.5s in the back. Compound setup with a pair of real healthy 12s, big sub amp, big 4-channel amp for the high end, Bluetooth head unit. I've got an audio control preamp, probably going to put in the dash, and it's going to have the trunk of funk. You know, it's going to have the boom in the back. Got to have room for the boom. 16, new, you know, first ride. He's all excited. The kid's losing sleep over it. So may do a spoiler again on the back, a factory one. May do like the ducktail. He kind of likes it, no spoiler, clean. So we're gonna make that call while we're doing all the metal work, and maybe we'll just go ahead and weld all these holes shut. But yeah, man, it's coming along. So figure I'd make a little quick video on a Sunday. Like I said, been a grinder, Saturday, Sunday, running around, errands. Just finished cutting the grass in the nick of time before the rain came. Temps dropping off, and a little update on the car. So this week will be, you know, going to supply house, getting all the body shop stuff that I need for it, ordering in the wiring, ordering in the dynamat, and he'll be here next weekend. We'll get into it probably Friday night, start running with it, and addressing all these little things. Going to do some new battery cables, clean those up. It's just all these little odds and ends stuff. People have got, you know, car's 38 years old. Who knows how many hands it's been through. Everybody has a bunch of great ideas of what to do, how to do, you know. We'll just put that on maybe there with like a little hot glue, something, Velcro. Couple broken screws and miscellaneous things we found along the way that need to come out. But, you know, just another project, just another shop project. My son's first ride, super excited. He's excited about it, I'm excited. Car's got 4-wheel disc brake. Also, car has coilovers in the back of it. Found that out last night, which the guy told me, but he was kind of a goof, and I didn't really know 100% if it was true or not. It's got factory like struts up front, so we're probably going to do a set of coil springs in the front, a lowering spring. I've got to measure the wells and see what the difference is. It's weird. We kind of noticed that the ass end's sitting a little lower than the front, which typically it's the other way around with the motor weight up front. But probably going to just put a set of springs in it, drop it down, whatever need be, and try to level the car out a little bit. He likes the rear, and it's not super low. It's low enough to rub a bunch of stuff. I've owned a bunch of lowered vehicles, but gonna just kind of level the car out and not have it squatting in the back like that. So, and then it's also the front of it. We had this tire off today to do the fender work, and noticed that it's got like 1.5-inch aluminum spacers on it. The lug nuts holding the spacer onto the hub are, I don't know, maybe about 3 threads worth on. So like I said, man, you never know. You buy a new ride, go through it, especially a car this old. Who knows how many owners, how many knuckleheads, whatever. A lot of people think things are great ideas, and if you're going to buy you an older one, man, go through it. Or if you're not capable, have somebody go through it and make sure that, you know, stuff like caliper bolts are tight. You don't have any, you know, bent brake line fittings or something, or somebody over tightened a banjo bolt and broke it off, or you just never know. Something that could go really, really wrong while it's going down the road at, you know, 60 miles an hour or whatever. Something can go wrong and get away from you. So that's about it, guys. Another Sunday, it's a wrap. Like I said, long weekend, tired, and we'll have some upcoming videos. This car, this one just came back in, and just trying to make progress on about 4 or 5 things along with customer rides. So hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody enjoyed that weekend. Hope everybody got some stuff done. And we'll talk to you soon. We'll have some updated stuff coming up, you know, throughout this week and definitely next weekend. And I'll probably post up again next Sunday night. with some progress. So talk to you guys soon. Stay well.